Hook, what if the man sworn to protect justice became the monster he was trained to stop? An FBI agent's forbidden affair leads to a shocking crime, a cold-blooded murder so meticulously planned it almost went undetected. But the truth buried beneath the lies will leave you questioning everything. This isn't just a story of betrayal, it's a descent into darkness, with a twist so chilling it will make your jaw drop. You won't believe what this agent did to cover his tracks and the horrifying secrets investigators uncovered. Agent Samuel Cooper was the kind of man people admired: sharp, confident, and charismatic, with a reputation that gleamed brighter than his polished FBI badge. To his peers, he was a hero, a man dedicated to upholding justice. At home, he played the role of the perfect family man, a devoted husband and a caring father. But Samuel had a secret: a life so twisted it would destroy everything he had built. He had been entangled in a passionate affair with Olivia Hayes, an ambitious young journalist who thought she had found love. What she had stumbled into, however, was a deadly game. Olivia wanted more than stolen moments and whispered promises. She craved a future where their love wasn't hidden in the shadows. But for Samuel, the stakes were far higher. He wasn't just a man cheating on his wife. He was a man guarding secrets that could ruin his career and send him to prison. Olivia's persistence became dangerous, and her threats to expose their relationship made Samuel desperate. And desperation, as you'll soon learn, can lead even the most composed men to commit the unthinkable. Imagine trusting someone so much only to realize they're capable of anything, even murder. Do you think you'd see the signs? Let us know in the comments. And if this story has your heart racing already, hit that subscribe button and stay with us, because the darkest revelations are yet to come. Samuel believed he could juggle two lives without consequence, but what he didn't know was that his decisions were setting the stage for something far more sinister. Every lie he told, every promise he broke, it was all building toward a nightmare no one could have predicted. Are you ready to uncover the chilling truth? One stormy night, Olivia Hayes vanished without a trace. Her friends and family knew something was wrong the moment she missed an important meeting, something she would never do. Days later, her car was found abandoned on a desolate stretch of highway, its blood-smeared interior telling a story of violence. The scene was haunting, but something didn't sit right with investigators. No signs of a struggle outside the vehicle, no defensive wounds on the interior. It felt staged, like someone wanted them to believe it was random. As the FBI was brought in to assist, Agent Samuel Cooper found himself leading the task force assigned to Olivia's case. Imagine that: a man investigating the disappearance of the woman he had been secretly seeing. He wore the mask of a concerned professional, directing his colleagues while knowing all too well what had happened. Olivia wasn't just missing, she was silenced, and Samuel made sure the trail would lead nowhere. But here's where it gets chilling. Samuel's calculated efforts to erase his connection weren't foolproof. Investigators uncovered faint traces of bleach in Olivia's car, an overcorrection that screamed guilt. A neighbor later recalled seeing a man near Olivia's apartment the night she disappeared. His description? Someone shockingly similar to Samuel. What do you think? Could you imagine hiding such a dark secret while staring your colleagues in the face? Let us know in the comments. And if you're gripped by the twists so far, hit that subscribe button, because the darkest part of the story is still ahead. Samuel thought he could manipulate the investigation, but cracks were beginning to show. The smallest details, ones he'd overlooked in his panic, were threatening to pull him under. The question now wasn't if he would slip, but when. Stay tuned. As the investigation deepened, the facade Samuel Cooper had so carefully crafted began to crumble. A rookie detective, eager to prove himself, stumbled upon a crucial piece of evidence: a grainy surveillance video showing Samuel's car near the location where Olivia's abandoned vehicle had been found. It was an odd coincidence, and Samuel's airtight alibi suddenly had a gaping hole. When questioned, Samuel spun an intricate tale, claiming he was tracking another case. His calm, authoritative demeanor seemed convincing at first, but suspicions had already taken root. And then came the GPS data. Samuel's car had made a midnight detour the night Olivia disappeared, leading to a remote area he couldn't explain away. Investigators also uncovered faint traces of blood in his trunk, enough to warrant further scrutiny. But the real kicker? Olivia's final text messages, recovered from her cloud account. Among her last words were the haunting lines, "If anything happens to me, it's Samuel." Pause for a moment. If you were one of his colleagues, would you have seen through his lies? Or would his confidence have fooled you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and while you're here, hit that subscribe button. The twists in this case are only getting darker. Desperate to protect himself, Samuel tried to take control. He planted false evidence to steer the investigation elsewhere, and even suggested another suspect, a known petty criminal in the area. But his moves reeked of desperation. Those around him began to notice subtle changes: his frayed nerves, his paranoia, his overly defensive responses. The walls were closing in. Every lie Samuel told became a thread investigators pulled, unraveling the terrifying truth one piece at a time. What would they find next? You won't believe what's coming. Stay with us. The break investigators needed came when they searched Samuel Cooper's secluded cabin. Tucked away in the woods, it was a place few even knew existed, a perfect hideaway. What they found there would haunt them forever. Beneath the floorboards, wrapped in thick plastic, was Olivia Hayes. Her lifeless body showed signs of a struggle, her face frozen in a mask of terror. But that wasn't all. Nearby, investigators uncovered chilling journals, dozens of pages scrawled with Samuel's meticulous notes. These weren't just ramblings, they were a blueprint for control and manipulation. He detailed not only how he planned Olivia's murder, but also how he intended to derail the investigation. One entry read, "Eliminate loose ends at all costs." Another hinted at deeper secrets, cryptically mentioning other names and dates. Was Olivia just the tip of a darker, more horrifying iceberg? Let's pause for a moment. Imagine being one of the investigators uncovering these journals. What would go through your mind? Would you believe this man, a trusted FBI agent, was capable of something so monstrous? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story has you hooked, don't forget to hit subscribe. Trust me, you'll want to hear the full story. The revelations shook the FBI to its core. Samuel wasn't just hiding an affair, he was hiding a sinister side no one could have predicted. For years, he had been leading a double life, using his position of power to manipulate evidence and bury his crimes. And now, Olivia's discovery of classified information had sealed her fate. As the pieces of the puzzle came together, the full scope of Samuel's dark deeds became clear. But the most shocking part? The final secret investigators uncovered left everyone reeling. Stay tuned. You won't believe what's next. The trial of Samuel Cooper was nothing short of a media frenzy, with every detail of his double life exposed for the world to see. Prosecutors presented a chilling narrative. Samuel had meticulously planned Olivia Hayes' murder, not just to silence her about their affair, but to ensure she never exposed the secrets he'd worked so hard to bury. Olivia had uncovered more than his infidelity. She'd found evidence of corruption and manipulation within his FBI cases, tying Samuel to a network of crimes that went far beyond her disappearance. Killing her wasn't just a crime of passion. It was an act of cold-blooded self-preservation. The courtroom was silent as the jury heard about the journals found in his cabin, the bloodstains in his car, and the staged crime scene meant to divert suspicion. But the most jaw-dropping revelation came in the form of another discovery. Samuel had been linked to two other suspicious deaths, cases he had personally handled. These weren't coincidences. They were calculated eliminations of people who had gotten too close to his secrets. Imagine being in that courtroom, hearing one horrifying detail after another. What would shock you the most? The betrayal of his oath? The lives he destroyed? Or the realization that someone so trusted could be so dangerous? Let us know in the comments. And if this story has gripped you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. There are more stories like this, and you won't want to miss them. Samuel was sentenced to life without parole, but the damage he left behind was irreparable. Families shattered, trust in the FBI shaken, and questions that still haunt investigators to this day. How many others fell victim to his schemes? And how many secrets did he take to his grave? Some mysteries may never be solved, but one thing is certain. Samuel Cooper's story is a chilling reminder of how far some will go to protect their lies. Stay tuned for more dark and shocking cases like this one.